What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Talkin Sports with Jake. Hope we're all doing well. So let's look at the NBA Finals from last night. The Knicks complete the greatest comeback in the history of the NBA Finals. They come back from down 29 points, and they defeat the San Antonio Spurs 107-106, take a 3-1 series lead. An absolutely asininely crazy game, and just insane second half, insane fourth quarter, insane finish. I have a clip to show you guys right here.
Tips it to Johnson. Here comes Fox. Wembanyama down on the floor. Keldon Johnson sees an opening. Running shot is good.
Let him sit there that long without getting some touches.
Jose Alvarado's in. Fox fires away. Another three goes down. In Brooklyn, Harper. Wemby fakes. Anunoby's gathering. And Wembanyama, nope. Anunoby strong and has a long wingspan. Harper bumped by Alvarado. Pulls up, jumper. That's good. Wembanyama against Robinson. Pulls back out. His handle for his size is just hard to believe. Spins, falling away, flips it up and bangs.
Have it more physical than we've seen the first three games, as we've seen the first quarter. You got to be able to still make decisions with a calm mind and poise and composure while also being aggressive and physical, because it's not going to go anywhere.
I think the coach should.
All right, Lisa. Anunoby knocks down that three. Mitch Johnson, 39 years old. The job he's done, taking over for a legend, coaching this young team. Fox nails the three. Harper nails the three. A couple of times. Johnson kicks it out. Vassell corner three. It's good. Fox to Harper. Harper, three-pointer. That's good. Another time in the NBA. One team gets an enormous lead. But you're right. Not in the finals. You'd expect Harper turns, banks it up.
Speed this game up to give your team more possessions.
Brunson tries a three-pointer. That's good. Bridges up top. Anunoby tries another three. Anunoby. Cornette checks in. Hart tries a three. Hart hits.
Though about tonight.
And Brunson drew the foul. Shamet goes under the screen. Champetti on the bounce. Harper again attacks, turns, shoots, scores. Brunson steps back, jump shot, got it again. Brunson.
Hart and Bridges combined have 19 points. He's outscoring three of the starters for the Knicks.
Alley-oop to Robinson. Brunson's on him. Double team. Can't get it. Second tip won't go. Fight for the rebound. Oh, he does it. There. Towns tied up top to Bridges. Alvarado tries a three. Rolls around and drops in. Hart picks it up. Beautiful pass inside. Bridges banks it home. Towns has it. He's got Keldon Johnson guarding him. Shot clock winding down. Towns off the bounce. Step back. Puts up the three. It's good. Knicks in the penalty from here on in. The Spurs have yet to commit a foul here in the fourth quarter.
And Knicks going with Alvarado and Brunson.
Anunoby. Three-pointer's good. Towns has it. Right side Alvarado off the bounce. Corner three. Anunoby. Bang! At 8, Fox gets into the paint, kicks it out. Vassell goes left side. Fox, a three-pointer's good. Clutch player of the year, had a clutch shot in game 3. Fox on the drive. Wembanyama puts up the jumper. Shot's good. Brunson double team, finds Alvarado to Towns. Thought about a three. Shot clock at 6. Brunson looks up at the clock. Finds Alvarado. Open look. Alvarado three-pointer. It's good. Brunson with Wemby on him. Drives, pulls back. Shot clock at 5. Brunson fires up a three. Puts it in! Brunson, stutter dribble. Drives inside. Goes up, floaters up. It's good! The Knicks take the lead with one. Defense here in the second half has been spectacular. Fox against Anunoby. Pulls up, jump shot. Short, won't go. The follow, no, but a foul. He hit the 2 clutch free throws in game 3. Young man who was born in Queens, plays college ball on this floor, sometimes at UConn. Knocks down that first one. Two clutch free throws. Brunson's got Vassell on him. Crossover, drives, goes inside, pulls back. Kicks it out in the corner. Brunson gets it back. Brunson on the drive, the floater's up. Shot won't go, rebound deflected. In the backcourt, Fox has a chance to get it. Fox has it inside, blocked by Anunoby. 9 seconds remaining. 6 seconds remaining. And Mike Brown, will they go flat for Jalen Brunson, allow him to operate at the top, 101. Brunson gets it, fires up a three. Shot no good, the tip, it's gone! It's gone! It's gone! With 1.2 remaining, Knicks take the lead. OG Anunoby, and it's 107-106. Outs left, they have to get it in. Harper lobs it inside. Castle has it, lost it. That's it, it's over. The greatest comeback in NBA playoff history.
So that was the clip. First of all, doing it this way, this time around, in terms of this is how I, of course, used to always do clips during football season, during the MLB playoffs last year, where I show the clip and then I talk about the clip of what I showed afterwards. I tried doing it a little bit differently. I did it last time as if I was reading it live, like SportsCenter anchors do. I noticed in the final cut, I didn't get any comments either way about it. They're like, because I had to, like, in editing, line up the clip absolutely perfectly, and it's very tedious and difficult to do. So there were some times where I was saying, like, he makes a shot, and, like, the guy was, like, just getting the ball kind of thing. It wasn't major enough to really be a big difference. Again, I didn't get comments either way. But so I'm going to go back to this way for now, at least. If you prefer one way, please let me know. Just so I know going forward what the viewers and you listeners like better. If you like me, we're reading it like it's a SportsCenter highlight, and talk through it, and I obviously cut the sound off the highlight. Or if you like me, show the highlight with the sound, and then talk about it afterwards and recap it. But anyways, first quarter, 5 minutes to go. Knicks are down by 11. Spurs up 11. De'Aaron Fox brings the ball up the court. Ball ends up Dylan Harper's hand. He lays it in. Now up by 10. Over 4 minutes to go. De'Aaron Fox. Guarded by Landry Shamet. Good defense, but better shot by Fox. They're up 13. Next possession, Wembanyama. Pump fakes three. Goes to the basket. Misses the layup, but gets the tip in to go. Spurs up 13. About 2.5 to go. First quarter. Dylan Harper. Guarded by Josh Hart. Excuse me, that's Jose Alvarado. Mid-ranger, good. Spurs are up 15. Last minute of the first quarter. Wembanyama, guarded by Mitchell Robinson. Gonna go to the basket. Turns, one hand, got it. Spurs by 17. They're up 19. Early second quarter. Knicks trying to storm back. OG with a pump fake. Kicks it out to Alvarado. Swings it to Shamet. Back to OG. Corner three. He's got it. So Knicks now all of a sudden are only down 16. It's making it kind of a game. But Spurs here are going to bring the ball up the basketball court. Dylan Harper slowing it down. Julian Champagnie to De'Aaron Fox from the corner. Got it. Spurs back up by 19. Here they're up 18. Early second quarter. Fox for three. Got it again. They're back up 21. Less than 6 to go in the quarter. They make that shot. It's Vassell. They're up 24 here. Less than 4 to go in the half. Dylan Harper open three. Yes. They're up by 27. Spurs bringing the ball up the basketball court. Loose ball. A nice move by Harper. They're up by 29. But he had 8.5 to go here. Third quarter. They're up by 25. Brunson for three. Guy. It's now 22. It's going to be Karl-Anthony Towns with the basketball. Great pass to OG. Three. Got it. They're down 19. Hart off a great inbound pass from Brunson. Three. Got it. They're down 20. Less than 4 to go. Brunson. Acrobatic shot and the foul. They pull off in 17 to 16-4 run over a 6-minute stretch. Pierre Champagnie, Harper baseline, beautiful turnaround move here. They puts him up 19. Brunson goes in, mid-ranger, got it. They're down 15. Now down 17. A little over 3 to go in the third quarter. Brunson off the Mitchell Robinson screen. Alley-oop to Mitch. They're down 15. They're trying to stay in this game. They're down 18 here. Wembanyama, too good on the glass. They're back up 29 after to go fourth quarter. You're thinking how they're going to come back from down 20. But Alvarado, a great pass on Bridges. 3. Okay, gets a roll. They're around 17. Fourth quarter. Next possession on a fast break. It's Hart. Great pass to Bridges for the layup. They're down 15. Next possession. Alvarado pump fakes. Finds Karl-Anthony Towns. He's going to step back on Keldon Johnson. Great shot. They're down by 12. All of a sudden, we have a game. It's a 14-point game, 7 minutes to go. Brunson on Castle, kicks it out. OG, contested three, he got it. Knicks down 11. They're down by 7, 4.5 minutes to go. Alvarado bounce pass to OG off a nice pass. OG Anunoby, another 3. Knicks down just 4. A little over 4 to go. Castle, pump fakes, finds Fox. Elbow 3, got it. Spurs up 7. 3.5 or so to go. Spurs up by 5. Fox again finds Wemby. Good defense by Towns, but better shot by Wemby. From about the free throw line, he got it. Spurs by 7, 3:15 to go. Cat finds Alvarado, who finds Brunson. He's doubled. Finds Alvarado. Alvarado for 3. Yes. Knicks down just 4. 2:25 to go. Brunson to Alvarado. Back to Jalen Brunson. Guarded by Wembanyama. And Brunson shoots over him for the 3. They're down just 1. Minute 25 to go. Knicks down a point. Brunson drives. Floater. Got it. Knicks take the lead with a minute and 22 seconds left in the game. Their first lead all game. What an amazing comeback, but 35 seconds left. Spurs not done yet. Fox, mid-ranger, no good. But Stephon Castle with the rebound. He's fouled by Josh Hart with 30 seconds left. First one from the line from Stephon Castle is going to be perfectly through the net. That ties the basketball game. His second free throw from a 21-year-old Stephon Castle would also be good. 2 big free throws from him. Knicks down a point here, 25 seconds left. Brunson, guarded by Castle, to Cat, back to Brunson, under 20 seconds to go. Goes in for a layup. Good defense. The loose ball all the way at the other end. Fox is going to win the foot race. He goes up for a layup. Blocked by OG Anunoby. Alvarado grabs the rebound. He's in a avoided back court here. Nearly. Mike Brown calls timeout with 5.7 seconds left. OG's going to inbound to Brunson. He's doubled. Long 3, no good. But OG Anunoby with an amazing play to tip in the rebound. Knicks go up a point with 1.2 seconds left. Cat is crazy excited. The Garden is going crazy. But Spurs have one more chance here to potentially steal this one. The inbound pass is tipped. Hart defends and blocks Castle's last second attempt. Garden is going crazy. The Knicks win 107-106 and complete the largest comeback of 29 points in NBA Finals history. Just a crazy tale of 2 halves. I don't think I've seen a tale of 2 halves ever in an NBA game. Like when Knicks came back down 22 against the Cavs in Game 1 of the ECF, that was in the last 7 minutes of the game. That wasn't even a tale of 2 halves. That was a tale of like the last 7 minutes of the game. First half, Spurs shot 68% from the field, had just 4 turnovers. In the second half, they shot 21% from 3, I think like 32% from the field overall, and had 10 turnovers. Knicks flipped the script, obviously, on both ends of the court as well in the second half. Brunson with 36, 12 of 25. OG at 33, 10 of 15, 7 of 9 from 3, and the game-winning shot. Just an incredible performance by both of them. OG going to be a Knick hero forever with that shot. For the Spurs, Wembanyama finished 24 of 13, but just 9 of 25, just 2 of 8 from 3. I think he missed 10 of his last 11 shots. There's no one else really showed up, to be honest. Harper was 8 of 12 with 21 off the bench. I think he has they showed a graphic last night. He's got the 3rd most points in the playoffs off the bench in Spurs history. Manu Ginobili has, in a single postseason, has both of the top 2 marks. But De'Aaron Fox is 6 of 16 for 18 points. Vassell hit 5 threes in this game. But Julian Champagne was just 2 of 8 in this game. Keldon Johnson was just 1 of 5 in 18 minutes. And just what a crazy tale of 2 halves. And the Spurs, some mistakes that must stretch from Castle stepping out of bounds on the layup. Wembanyama, I think, missed 10 of his last 11 shots. He just fell apart in the second half. Missing 2 huge free throws late in the game to Fox. Even on Castle's 2 free throws before that, when Fox took that shot, I don't think that was a great shot. I thought he rushed a little bit. I get 30 seconds left, down by a point. You need a basket, obviously. But I think trying to get Wembanyama involved there, trying to move the ball a little bit. It was a contested shot. I didn't think that was the right call. I just can't imagine coming out of the huddle or, coming out of the inbound, what the communication was. Dude, go and get a contested mid-ranger right away. I just can't imagine that's what was communicated to him. And then even when OG blocked him, amazing block by OG, I know, but that's getting really brushed under the rug in this whole thing. Because he also had the game-winning tip in and everything that happened. He also had that block that needs to be talked about. But if you're Fox, 12 seconds left, you grab that loose ball practically under your own basket, run around and burn clock, draw a foul, and hit 2 free throws, and try and go up by 3 in the last 10 seconds. Like, I don't know why you're just going up for a contested layup on one of the 10 best defensive players in all of basketball. OG was an all NBA player for a reason this year. Like, I'm not sure what he was thinking there. And just, I don't want to put this on Mitch Johnson. And whenever they blow a team blows a lead, I think he got a point to the coach somewhat. He did call timeouts throughout to try and stall the next progress. So he kind of tried, I guess. But like, why is Dylan Harper not attempting a shot in the last 10 minutes of the game when he was probably your second or third best player in this game outside of Wemby, at least in the first half? And Devin Vassell, I'd argue Harper was probably maybe your best player, at least in the second half of this game. De'Aaron Fox is turning over the basketball. He made some shots in the first half. He had one or two nice shots in the second half. At that one play to put him up 7 with like 4 minutes left. Other than that, was a ghost in the second half. Why is he out there over Dylan Harper? That didn't make any sense. So I thought he could have done a slightly better job as well from a coaching standpoint. Also, you blew a 29-point lead in the half. Like, that's as bad as it gets in the half. Looking at the team stats for this game, the Spurs in this game shot 42% from the field. They shot 68% in the first half. They shot 68% from the field in the first half. Now, that is not sustainable over a full game. I am well aware of that. That's common basketball knowledge. But how do you go from 68% and then, I don't know what the math is on that. I apologize. Someone can look up that for me. If you're a mathematician, a numbers quiz, you can do that math for me, please. You went from shooting 68% from the field in the first half, and you finished shooting 42% for the entire game. Like, wow. You end up shooting 40% from 3, which isn't terrible. Well, on 4 3 attempts, that isn't great. Second of all, I think you were shooting well over that in the first half, and you came all the way back down to earth. And that's something to look at. They had 10 turnovers in the second half alone, which is just egregious. And just I don't even know what else to say. Like, the one stat that you just take away from this, they shot 68% from the field in the first half. They finished the game in total, their field goal percentage was 42%. Like, how bad in the second half did they shoot? That is just absolutely nuts. Like, it's insane. It's just absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. And Knicks win a crazy game. What a comeback. This team is nuts. 3 games to 1. They have a commanding 3-1 series lead. Game 5 is going to be Saturday night in San Antonio. New York Knicks finish the job. Let's do a random sports segment for the rest of this podcast. We're going to jump around to all different sports, all different things that happen. Ronald Acuna has been placed on the injury list with a hamstring strain. It really is a shame to see a player as good as this battle as many injuries as he has throughout his career. There's a reason this guy is a 5-time All-Star and a former MVP. But this guy had an historic year a couple of years ago, going 40-70 in 2023. That year he hit 337, 41 home runs, 106 RBIs, 73 steals, a 416 on base at 10-12 OPS. Just an historic year. That year, he led the league in plate appearances, at bats, runs scored, 149, 217 hits led the league, stolen bases, on base percentage, 416 for a year is insane. OPS, 1,012 for a year is obviously insane. He had some other advanced stats that he led in, including OPS plus and ROBA. Obviously wins MVP. The guy's crazy. Like, in 2024, he only plays 49 games. And last year when he played, he was great. He hit 290 with 21 home runs, 417 on base, 935 OPS, but only 95 games. And even this year in 53 games, he hasn't been great, honestly. He's hitting 251. OPS is 793. On base is 373. So he's been not as good. You wonder, are the injuries catching up to him? I really hope not. because he's such an amazing player. So still 28 years old. It's not like he's an older player. It's like, all right, his body breaking down as well. It's not like Mike Trout. It's like, oh, the guy's in his mid to late 30s. His body's breaking down like all guys do. He's still 28 years of age. So it really is a shame. He's on the IL once again with a strained hamstring. I got to talk about Brendan Sorsby. So if you are living under a rock, Brendan Sorsby last year was the quarterback of the Cincinnati Bearcats, had a very good season, was maybe outside the same level to the top quarterback in the transfer portal. He transfers to Texas Tech. It was a big deal. They gave him a lot of money. And the Texas Tech net last year, with not much quarterback play and a pretty porous offense, was still able to win the Big 12, be a top 4 team in college football, made the college football playoff relatively easily. Now you get a real quarterback. You got a very good coach in Joey McGuire, that elite defense. Like, they're going to have a better offense. This will look like a team that once again was going to win the Big 12 and put themselves in a position to potentially contend for a national championship. Then it came out that Brendan Sorsby, while he was a redshirt at Indiana before he went to Cincinnati a few years ago, placed over 2,000 bets on and against his team while at Indiana, which is very much so against the rules in college football and just NCAA in general. The NCAA made him ineligible to play, ineligible for the supplemental draft. But all of a sudden, a court in Texas ruled him eligible to play all of a sudden after he served a 2-game suspension to start the year against ACU in Oregon State. This is absolutely freaking ridiculous. This is disgusting. Texas should be disgusted. Brendan Sorsby should be disgusted. 2,000 bets. How hard is it to not gamble? It cannot be that hard. Okay? It's really not. You are getting paid, you're 20 years old, getting paid $5-6 million to play quarterback in college football. You were going to go in the NFL if you didn't get caught. And possibly a first-round pick next year. That's got to be up the window at this point. And you blew all that because you decided to gamble. Like, why? Brendan Sorsby is a stupid human being. He's taken no remorse. He's taken no accountability. And he's just allowed to play. The NCAA needs to grow a set of nuts, grow a backbone for once in their pathetic lives, and stop this bullcrap. They are the biggest joke in the history of sports. I've never seen an organization be this profitable and be this successful while being so poorly run. It is asinine. Grow a backbone and ban this garbage human being from playing another second in your organization. This is pathetic. And Texas Tech is pathetic. I get you're trying to protect him. He's your guy. I'm sure the PR people tell you what to say. But you're going to sue other teams for not playing you? That's the softest crap I've ever heard. The NCAA needs to significantly penalize Brendan Sorsby and significantly penalize Texas Tech. Because this is atrocious. Everyone's saying, well, Texas Tech spent all this money on them. What are they going to do? That's up for them to decide. This is their mess. Figure it out. And for the NCAA, figure this the hell out. This is absolutely atrocious and absolutely ridiculous. It is a sham, and the NCAA should be absolutely embarrassed. Absolutely terrible. Screw the NCAA, screw Texas Tech, and screw Brendan Sorsby. Ban this piece of garbage from playing ever again, or I swear to God, I'm not even going to watch college football. This is a complete embarrassment, and the NCAA is a pathetic organization with no backbone, no balls. They should be ashamed of themselves that this is happening under their watch. To finish off, some time at the hockey, of course, Cup finals going on. Also, the head coach carousel is spinning in the NHL. The Oilers are considering hiring Mike Babcock. Well, the NHL Players Association wants Babcock investigated before he's hired. Of course, Babcock, he's had a great career. He won a cup in Detroit all those years ago. He was in Toronto for 5 or 6 years. They let him go probably 7 or 8 years ago, maybe. A lot of stuff has come out about him. Johan Franzen was a player on those Detroit teams, called him the worst human being ever, called him a bully. A lot of our players have said that he's a massive bully and just a really massive piece of work. I think when Mitch Marner was a rookie in Toronto, Babcock was coaching him there. He told Marner to rank his teammates' work ethic like to him, and the player he put last, Babcock said something to that player. Yes, and a couple years ago, Columbus had hired him, and it was a very short tenure. He was either like 20 games in, and I think he gives accused of something, or maybe or something weird happened. So the guy's a very, very good coach. He's had a lot of success in the NHL. He won a couple. Detroit was there a long time. He even had some success in Toronto. Was pretty good. Alpha didn't have any playoff success. It's Toronto, but he left in not disgrace there, but it's come out that he kind of did. He left disgrace in Columbus in a very short stint. You know, Edmonton's trying to hire him, and the player association wants him investigated. So we'll see where that goes. Back to football. Eagles signed AJ Espana on a 1-year deal. I think that's a solid signing. He's not a starting defensive end, but he's a very good second string D end. Last year, a little bit of a down year after 3 straight years with 6 or 6.5 sacks. I think he only had 2 sacks last year, but he's a solid rotational pass rusher. He goes to Philadelphia, fills a need for them. Dolphins extend Aaron Brewer, their center, 3 years, $2.5 million with $37 million guaranteed. Makes him the third highest paid center in the league. He did have 9 penalties last year, which was the second most among centers, but he also was great, the second best center in the league. He's definitely one of at least the better centers in the NFL. Locking him down, still 27. Miami's got to, have some sort of young pieces to build around. You got to have some sort of offensive line for a young quarterback. This year with Malik Willis and next year with whoever they draft. And the Chiefs and Mahomes made some history. The Chiefs have reworked Patrick Mahomes' deal, giving him a massive raise. He's going to make an extra almost $240 million on this new deal compared to what was left on his old deal. His new contract is in total $504.7 million. He's the first NFL player in NFL history to have a $500 million contract. He will make $64 million a year starting in 2027. I'm really interested to see how this contract looks in a few years. I'm not saying Mahomes is washed or anything crazy like that. Mahomes is already one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. 6-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro, 3-time Super Bowl champion, 3-time Super Bowl MVP, 2-time League MVP from Offensive Player of the Year. The guy's amazing. He's been to 5 Super Bowls before his 31st birthday. The guy's incredible. But he has looked not as inhuman the last 2 years. Look at his stats the last 3 years. In 23, he completed 67% of his passes for 4,100 yards, 27 touchdowns, 14 picks. Following year in 24, when 23 they won it all. In 24 they lost to Philly. He completed 67% of his passes for 3,900 yards, 26 touchdowns against 11 picks. Last year, 14 games before tearing his ACL, completed just 62% of his passes for just over 3,500 yards, 22 touchdowns against 11 interceptions. So he has to punt a little bit in the regular season the last 3 years. He did win a Super Bowl anyway in 2023. 24, he did get to the Super Bowl. Obviously, last year was a rough year. This is a guy who has 2 seasons with over 5,000 passing yards. His MVP years in 18. This was technically his first season. He put the 1 game in his rookie year. 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns. 22, he had 41 touchdowns and over 5,200 yards. The guy's amazing. But he is going to be 31. Coming off a torn ACL, he has declined over the last couple of years, production-wise overall. Granted, he had a very below average receiving core, some offensive line issues, and no running game. Now you're going to have a defense which, in 23 and 24 was really good. It was just kind of okay last year. It should be better with this retooled defense. You have the best running back that he's ever had in his career in Kenneth Walker now. Off the line should be very strong this year. Definitely better personnel. Eric Bieniemy coming back as the offensive coordinator and not Matt Nagy should help as well. So I don't think this decline's going to continue by any means. But for a team that was just in cap hell, and now you're paying the guy $64 million. Now the cap goes up every year in the NFL. They're printing money in whatever back room that the commissioner's office is in. It's already up over $300 million, or probably even more next year. But as of right now, he's going to next year is going to be worth 22% of the actual salary cap. That's a lot. And now I think the Chiefs could very easily bounce back. I got an NFL preview coming probably in the next month. Definitely in the next month, maybe even next couple of weeks. So keep your eyes peeled for that. But I'm really interested to see, does it potentially hamper the Chiefs if they do need to truly add a number one wide receiver at this point in Mahomes' career, or do we need to keep adding to that defense? Are they going to be able to do it if Mahomes is making all of his money? So that's like he hasn't deserved the money. Mahomes could go down as one of the 3 or 4 greatest of all time. I think it's already one of the 7 or 8 greatest of all time, in my opinion, even at only 31. But Mahomes gets this crazy deal, and I wonder if it's could hamper the Chiefs going forward. But to finish off, I'm going to talk about my NBA offseason preview. I'm gonna do for now, because these are the last 2 teams I'm going to do before, besides the 2 teams in the finals, the Knicks and the Spurs. I'm going to wait until the finals is over to do those 2 teams. I feel like that's only right. So I'm going to start with the Denver Nuggets. So I'm going to start with the second to last team I have to do. Uh, I really think that the Nuggets should trade Jamal Murray. Obviously, you won in 2023. I think they're going to be haunted for a long time, blowing a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter of Game 7 at home against Minnesota in round 2 years ago. Or last year, actually. Last year. This year, you lose in the first round to Minnesota. You had the home court advantage. You still lose in 6. No, Anthony Edwards didn't play the last 2 games, nor did Dante DiVincenzo. You give up 43 to, I assume, them in Game 5. He even playing Game 6. And Minnesota with, their superstar out in Game 6. One of their stars out in Dante, and their best 6 man all not playing. The guy who gave you 43 off the bench in Game 5 doesn't play Game 6, and he still is. That's a tough pill to swallow. I don't know what you do. You can't fire the coach because you fired Mike Malone at the very end of the season last year. That was stupid. Dave Madden's barely been there over a calendar year. You can't really fire him. They don't have a whole lot of wiggle room roster wise because you were out for the third best team in the West. You don't have a high pick. You have a 26th pick and then 49 from the second round. Next year, unless you're picking the top 5, you'll have to give your pick to the Thunder. Going forward, you have all your picks, but you may not have a first round pick next year. So yeah, you have your pick this year, but probably not next year. And they'll have to give their pick to the Thunder at some point, even if it's not next year, but it will be next year because I don't see them finishing in the top 5 of the draft. They're not going to be that bad next year. So I don't know what they do. And there's been some people whispering, should I trade Jokic? I'm not there yet. But he honestly wasn't very great, all that great in that postseason series. Uh, Even the second round against Minnesota the year prior, he had some big games. He also had some games where he wasn't good. Down the stretch in Game 7 2 years ago, he was not good. So, what do you do from here? No, you're not trading him yet. I don't think you can trade Aaron Gordon. I know his health issues, especially in the postseason, but he's too important to the team's defensive identity that already is lacking. I don't think you can trade him. You think about Cameron Johnson. What are you going to get for Cameron Johnson? He's 30 years old. Didn't have a great year. He's on a $23 million expiring deal. I'm not sure what you're going to really get for that guy. So, and you can't trade any of these younger guys, like obviously Christian Braun, Julian Strawther is still 24, Braun's 25. I think you trade Jamal Murray. He did have a fantastic season, so I know that seems kind of whack. He did have the best year of his career. He averaged 25 points and 7 assists, shot 48% from the field, 43 from 3, 88 from the line. But he was very inconsistent in that postseason series. Game 6, he was absolutely horrible. And he's had some big games in the playoffs. That run in 23, he was incredible. But he's had some huge games, in the Lakers series the last couple of years, in the conference finals when they won, and then the first round the year prior. He was really, really great. Had a bunch of game winners. And he's had some big games in the playoffs. He's also had some absolutely horrific games. So he's a little bit too inconsistent. He's going to be 30 years old. He's going to be 29 years old next season. We recently turned 29. He does have some health issues in his past, not recently or this year. But he's only played more than 75 games twice in his career. The last time was his second year in the league in 2018. Every other year besides this year and his first 3 years in the league, he has missed at least 15 games. Of course, he didn't play at all in 2022 with the torn ACL. So I think you should strike while the iron's hot because they have no room to do anything. They are right up against the second apron. Outside of like a veteran minimum or two, they have a trade exemption for Dario Saric that's worth about $5.5 million, just under that they can use this summer. They're gonna have to use this summer. Other than that, and maybe like a veteran minimum or two, that's all they can do. And then the two late picks they have, which deep draft, maybe the 26th pick, you could get an average player that could maybe help you off the bench. But other than that, I doubt you'll get anything. I think you trade him, strike while the iron's hot, get back a really good player, get back some younger talent, give yourself a deeper bench, maybe some salary relief, get back some draft capital, and I think kind of retool here. I think that's the only thing that you really can do. And if you gotta try and bring back Peyton Watson, he had a good year this past year for you. Best year of his career by far. He averaged 14 points a game, shot 49% from the field, 41% from three. Going to be 24 next year. He's a restricted free agent. And honestly, he's going to be kind of tough to keep him, even controlling his rights because of your salary constraints. But I think you got to try and find a way because he's young. He's a good player. You got to have some sort of young talent on an older team. So I think they should trade Jamal Murray and they should look to bring back Peyton Watson. And the last thing we're going to cover for today, and this will be the show, will be the Oklahoma City Thunder. So the Thunder, 2 years ago, you win a championship. This year, once again, the best team in the league. You get to the Western Conference Finals, but you lose and blow a 3-2 lead to the San Antonio Spurs. Don't need to panic. There's still an excellent team with crazy good depth, crazy good firepower, maybe best young core in basketball, a zillion draft picks. This year, you have, let's see what picks. You have 12 and 17 this year, plus 37. Next year, you're probably going to have Denver's pick. You're probably going to have the Clippers pick. You're probably going to have Philly's pick as well. So you're going to have a slew of picks next year in 28. You have swap right with Dallas. So, and you still have all your picks. You still have a crap ton of draft picks. I really don't think they need to go out and do anything crazy. I don't need to trade the world for Giannis. Because they can doesn't mean they should. I think what you do is have a second apron start to come after them. So in fact, they are over the second apron by a good amount, by $20.5 million. I think you decline Isaiah Hartenstein's $20.5 million team option, and you extend him instead, sign him to a new deal, longer term, 3 or 4 years for $25 million a year or so. Maybe 4 for 100, 3 for 75. And backload it to keep you under the apron. I think you exercise Lou Dort's $17.7 million team option and you trade him on top of him being a dirty player. When you have Jalen Williams on this team, I think you can afford to lose Alex Caruso. You can afford to lose Lou Dort. You don't need a wing to be that defensive minded. When you have those two guys on the roster, trade him. You don't even need to get draft picks back. Someone will take him. He's 27 and an old defensive player who recently won a championship, was a starting player on a championship team, 27, all NBA defender. Someone will take him, get back a couple pieces for him, save a little money. And I think you decline the $7.1 million team option on Kenrich Williams and either bringing back on a veteran minimum. Kenrich Williams is not a world beater by any means. He's just a second or third string power forward in this league. I don't think he'll get more than $7 million on the open market. And at his point in his career, he might take a veteran minimum if it means he can compete for a championship. He might get more than $7 million on the open market from a bad team. But if he's going to play for a legit contender like OKC, he'll probably have to take a veteran minimum if he's let go. So you think you could save maybe 5 or so million next year with redoing Hartenstein's deal. Maybe you save about that with Dort. And then You can save a little bit more money if you're letting Cameron Williams go, or you re-up him on a cheaper deal. I think you look to trade a guy like Aaron Wiggins. He's due $9 million next year, but he doesn't have much of a role in your rotation because of how deep you are. But he's a very solid 3D piece on the bench, still 28. He won a ring a year ago. Somebody will give you a decent piece for him. And I think that's how you get under the uh, second apron. And this allows you to stay at both 12 and 17. I don't think you need to move up. If you want to, I guess, something to think about. But take two real good players in this draft. You should be able to get, especially in this draft for sure. And we're not trading Jet Holmgren. He was atrocious in that series. But this is still a guy who's a former All-Star. This is a first-team All-Defense guy, still 24, was a major part of their championship team a year ago. This is still a good player who's still really young and was a big part of their success in the regular season. You can't give up on the guy yet. He's still very good, has a lot of good basketball ahead of him. And you've seen, things like this kind of sick of a guy. You look at Ben Simmons, barring that, I think you can't trade him yet. Okay, I don't think you can trade him yet. You still have SGA, who's a two-time running MVP, has averaged, 31, 32 over the last four seasons. J-Dub, remember, you lost in Game 7 to the Spurs. J-Dub was injured, pretty much that whole series. AJ Mitchell, who was a bench piece who was really hot, was out the last three games. This team still can win a championship next year or two for sure. SGA, J-Dub healthy, Chet, Hartenstein, they're always role players. Alex Caruso was such an underrated player, was so good in the playoffs, such a great defensive player. And from Isaiah Joe, the other Jalen Williams, Casey Wallace is pretty good. Nicole Topol is still 21. He'll have a bigger role next year. Jared McCain is in a full year with them. He's still 22. He played really well in the playoffs. Got him from Philly at the deadline. AJ Mitchell is still 24. He was playing really well in the playoffs before he got hurt. This is a team that I think if you do what I just said in the offseason, you could argue, depending on what happens in the offseason, should honestly be considered the NBA the favorite to win it all, despite losing in the conference finals this year. But that's all I got for you guys today. Until next time, so long, and have a great day.